I don't see anybody as being a rich man in this country because everybody that makes this money still going to the government to stop. And you blame the president, you blame the administration. Every day we say the president is not doing well, this person is not doing well. What have you done that day to make the luxury market better?
Change is one thing that I say is constant. And today we'll be diving into the evolution of basketball in the capital city of Nigeria, Abuja. And with me in the studio is one of the people who are pivotal, who have made measurable impact to that significant change that has happened to the basketball ecosystem in the FCT. With me is Coach Emmanuel of Oda. Good to have you here, Coach.
Thank you for having me, OJ.
Thank you. To start this episode, I'd like you to introduce yourself for those who might be seeing you for the first time or coming in contact with you for the first time. And just give us a summary of who Coach Imar is.
Okay, my name is Coach Emmanuel Oda. By the grace of God, the head coach of basketball in the FCT. And a pioneering member of the first team that represented Abuja in 1990, short to
1990.
Yeah.
So I'd like you to take us through your playing time and then your transition into a coach. What was basketball like those days when you were still playing?
I started in Benue in 1987 precisely. Playing basketball, I was doing triple jump initiation. I represented Plateau State in 1983, Kada all secondary school games, or the second best triple jump at Plateau State. Wow. So after that, one of my lecturers, we had to represent the school in basketball, and they said, with my jump and my strides, I can play basketball.
Okay.
So I came with my long reach. I came to basketball. And then they used to call me sport words because I could dunk the ball. I remember I dunked the ball once on Olofua badge, when Braves, and I could, we used to work out really hard here because there was no opportunity ever to just come and cross over somebody or beat somebody every. So it was a pride, just making sure that, I beat you today, I picked that. There was so much opportunity like there today, but the compassion between us there. We used to sleep on the court and I did it, literally, yeah. And then, when Abuja basketball started, and our basketball father in Benue State, Coach Emmanuel Chadbome, so rest in peace. He came to Abuja here, and Big Joe, Ogo, Alligator, Adidi Emmanuel, were picked from Benue straight here, and they were calling us Abuja Braves there.
Abuja Braves.
So we're the next fit for the after PGV and the rest. Yeah. So we moved to Abuja, and that's how Abuja basketball started here in 1990. We went to Division 2 in Ibadan. We qualified to the Division 1 league. Or were relegated again from Bashan 1 in 1990, Bashan as a shop 2. And then we won the cup in Lagos in 1992. Then they just came in, Albuma, Sonia Sisa, so rest in peace. Kemi, Ademola, Zone for being league. Okoro, Kito, yeah, Kemi, Kinto, also so rest in peace. Kinto was your set, Kinto part was a person from being there. Wow. So we started from there. We got into the 7-Up League. When it's 7-Up League till 2 seasons or so, I got relegated again in 97. So everybody left. Ogo, Alito, Aguma, they went to Warriors. Adidi went to Boko Giants. Balab Machine, so rest in peace, also went to Mauchi. Everybody left. I was alone. Yes. I didn't move. I thought about moving, but I looked at it and I said, okay, all of us are going to leave this place. Yes. There's a dream here. So I decided to stay back and salvage the FCT. And that's how the dream started. In 2000, I went to NIS, got my first coaching certificate, and that's how it started. But the main vision that I have that every other person doesn't have is I want to buttress this by what professor dealing with the VC of Naija University said last year when we were on our way to that court and said that sports is the only way African youths come against international constraints.
That's the
So it explains why I've been here for 34 years now. My vision was not to play in the league or win the league. I got to discover that basketball development is, you can't change the rules except it is done by FIBA. You can't change the ball and make it square. Yeah. You can't change the people by making people run on their hands and their legs like goats. So invariably, the only way you can develop the game of basketball is to make sure the participants get better in life. And then the game will naturally get better. And coaches, the players first, yes. And then the game will develop. So I had this notion of building youth. Even when I was playing in the league, in the 7-up league, I had some little guys that I was taking every time after my training. One of them is CD4. Emmanuel. Emmanuel did the film organization that is in the US now. Shifi, the Moife, Staples. Yes, yeah. They were all my proteges. I was working with that guy. Shifi came one time and yelled to my just. That guy gave me 5 for that point, that position. One time he was sitting me down on the bench and the door to then it was Zuma Rocks. On the came as chairman to FCT Rocks. But Zuma Rocks is a Naija state. Yeah, Okay, so I decided to change the direct team and it became FCT Rocks. That's when Fela, Babando, that became like 2004, we won Best Gold Net, Abuja.
That's in the National Sports Festival. That's on the Sports Festival.
That was our first man. Although we got beaten so many times before you eventually really go, Pride and Love, and so many festivals we went to, the Division 1, couldn't make it. But at the end of it, I went to that and picked up.
Yeah. It became a praise in the land.
So I saw that, so this is possible. You can actually build people. You can help harness people, discover people.
Yes.
With basketball. Then I took a giant step in 2005 when Obinna Okeze came from the US. The US embassy came to my office that they wanted to do a basketball camp for 300 kids. The camp was really successful, like 300 kids. They fed them, kept them in Nurul, one international school in Zone 6.
Yeah.
So, Obinna brought almost 2,000 pairs of Converse shoes.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember those shoes were in the FCT Sports Council store for almost 3 years. We used them to even, for the festival, 2006.
You can get them off
still spoil stock. We always say the stuff. So one day I sat and I wondered, I said, if one man, can come and change the narrative and make the team and discover more kids, why don't I just take this as a vision? I do kids just go to school on scholarship outside. So I got married to the US Embassy from there. That's how we started. To tell you the gospel fact right now, I've lost count of how many kids I've met. I've lost count. To the UAE, that's all. I've lost count. I've lost count. And it's not like I'm any superhuman. It's just that I'm a privileged place. Yeah. Anybody could have done it. Anybody could have done it. But it's one thing also that I know is paramount that is missing in the leadership of the country, the leadership of our families.
Yeah.
Our divorces, Anna, the leadership of ourselves. My last vision. It's so little to say the people will perish for lack of vision. You can just say it. It's easily said.
Yeah.
But the vision that you have that doesn't have a mission is destruction. Yeah. It won't pay. So
a vision without vision is destruction.
Yeah. Because if you hear people murmuring and complaining about leadership, it's because they're not carried along.
Yeah.
I remember
that's very common.
I can't remember who gave this. Was it Socrates or Plato? Somebody gave this. I can't remember now that leadership is an act of getting things done through people. That's why they say the honor of a king is in the multitude. Do you get?
Yeah.
So if a vision If a leader doesn't have a vision, the people will definitely perish. But don't get it twisted. We shout about corruption every time. Yes. Are we really saddled with dealing with corruption? No man is saddled with doing that. It's only God. Because he said no man can stand and say he's pure. Yeah. Because you can't please everybody. Even your family members, there are people who just pick on your own brother can just pick on you and just decide, yeah. So, but here's to you. Most of the kids that traveled from the area 10, majority of them, I didn't get their scholarship. But the vision was what we sunk into our heads. We are still doing it till today. Some guys are leaving this week. Yeah, some guys are leaving this weekend. Some guys left before the need last year. Yeah. I'm at it, I left my home, I'm staying with the kids, because I like it when these kids get better. Last year in the Olympics, we had 2 kids from Abuja that played. Pana Sapana, Dressel, over H04, sorry. Yeah, you understand. The national team is no more a feat for us to achieve. Because we had so many people do higher. So many people have played in the national team. Just Abuja just got into the king. Yeah. I didn't like that though. It looked premature to me. Because actually other people, there were other people too. So we had Bright that was there, regardless of who he is. You don't crucify someone because of his attitude. You only crucify him because of his performance. As if somebody is performing and has the ability that you need. Yes, you was made to it. Jordan wasn't that perfect. Rob Marks, good defense loss. Steve Kerr was a drunk, same as Draymond Green. But these guys are good. They have a space in destiny that you can't take away from. So that's how basketball grew in Abuja. And, I'd be like sort of Bola. Yes.
So I was going to get into this, you're giving us a brief story.
Yeah.
What was there here? Now, the picture of what is now.
Well, let me even take us back a bit. Yeah. I forgot the contributions of people like Dr. Ayo, the one that lost his son.
His son, yes.
He was a father. I mean, this was someone that I remember one time we went for Division 1 in Jaws. We didn't have money.
Yes.
Fela Embago and the rest slept in front of Kofa Mata. There was no accommodation. So I only got transport money for them to go to Kano so we wouldn't get walked over. And I stayed back to look for it for us to sustain ourselves. Dr. Ayo then gave us 64,000 naira. I'm talking of like 2002. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been.
Yeah, it's great money. Yeah, great money. Dr. Ayo was someone. And then Mohammed Suleiman. Mohammed Suleiman is like my backbone. He's like my vertebra. Without him, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah.
Because even up till last year, he brought the embassy to the area 10 when we did the rebound program. Yeah, where they had a mission, the public relations officer there. So those people were the early people who laid the foundation. But you see, basketball is business.
Yes.
It's beyond talks. It's beyond talks. That is where we miss it. Right now, even in America, there's something called the NIL, a name, image, and likeness.
Yes.
College players are making more now from the inside. So, and if college players are making as much as $200, $500, $1 million, I mean, you should know that basketball has changed in the warrior world. Do you understand? Even the custodians of knowledge, like the Soviets,
yeah,
there are a group of 30 Chinese coaches that are in Serbia right now. From January, they'll be finishing their courses in April. Chinese players and coaches from their basketball federation are in Serbia. I'm saying this because it is beyond us being on the stage.
Yeah.
Just like the showroom. The showroom is beautiful, but if you get to the workshop, it's really ugly where they fix these things. The noise, the heating of the nails. But we like the showroom basketball We're not talking about the Wall Street workshop. We have not done that yet. We don't have a foundation. We need to work on the foundation.
And that's why it's hard. Just this part is staying. You just show and
Yes. Look at the evolution of basketball in the UFC. It's not by anybody. It's just by some interested mentors who have seen the need to put their money down for just no cost, no returns to make sure the game grows. Mazi, Valentine, Oji, Bola, Simo Arena.
Yes.
You see the revolution in got to basketball in Nigeria. Someone put his money down. And let's not forget me and also. Mark the ball down. You move up for basketball.
I mean, I'm not, I was experienced in all my championship career. He got really good bits with it too. My ball.
Yeah. And ATK Ubadia too. ATK Ubadia is one great person. I remember I was his camp director sometime in New York. You know, and the cab blew from Uyo to go to Abuja.
Yeah.
And we got 73 visas from the US.
Wow.
I just came back from an internship in 2012 and he made me 2013. I was his camp director. So when I went to the embassy, it was easy because I flashed my visa and I said I was head, and everything just went smooth because it was togetherness. It's about trust us Nigerians.
It's also, we have a very problem with maintenance culture, maintenance culture.
I don't want to be negative. We don't maintain visions. We don't keep it going. Chris came with a lot of goodies, was almost switching to the female basketball. The first time in history where you had a prize money of 20 million naira. This was like, if I put that money together, it was like the whole season since I started playing basketball in 1980s. If I put all the prize money, still end up to, it's in 7 up big mobile, up to 20 million. For all the people that won it. It was something that we just needed to sit on the table and talk about.
Yeah.
Let me give you one story that apart from me. In 2014, I took a 14-mark team from Nigeria to the AAU in Kentucky in the US. And the last thing we played was the best team in the AAU. Wow. But unfortunately for them, we lost like 4 matches already. We're out. But they said they just wanted to give us a feel of what America is like. So they brought the best team to play us. That was the best match we played. Because I put a caption on it of Facebook and say, the game that saved my knee. eBay was that.
Yeah, eBay, the nation, some of the guys are playing.
Yes, eBay, Ganu, Eric is a US Marine now. Wow. Imao Che is a head coach. One college somewhere, Texas. Nandi is in Buffalo also. Came back home to do a camp for 200 kids in Lagos. Jonah. There's Jonah. There's Ibrahim. Ibrahim was taller than everybody. Yeah. But when he got to school, mathematics, he became the best student in mathematics and couldn't play basketball. He just took his package.
Yeah. That's like one of the beautiful things, when you carry basketball and school. That's why there is stay in school basketball. Yeah. We need to let the kids. I found it every time. Like everybody in my camp, everybody now has a dish wrote. Written. Last year, most of them wrote. Yeah. You can't be in my program. I know what school is all about. Although, where the white men they have used school to enslave us. Yes. You understand? The Chinese man doesn't go to school that much. He has a trade. As long as they have to pay the culture we have, we grew up as artisans. Black men are artisans.
But we have left it now. When going into school, everybody wants to show you as a PhD or XYZ, and everybody's clamoring for one money that is released from the government. Check all our private sectors. They are government private sectors. All of them are sucking from the government. I stand my ground here. So I don't see anybody as being a rich man in this country, because everybody that makes his money will still go into the government to suck. And you blame the president, you blame the administration. Every day we say the president is not doing well, this person is not doing well. What have you done that day to make the luxury better? what have you created? Because if you are created in God's image, God is a creator.
Yeah.
So every day, if I wake up in the morning and I want to sleep at night, I should ask myself, what new thing have I done today?
Regression.
You know,
Yeah, so I'd like to bring you back to basketball because it seems like you're already moving away. I told you once before, I enjoy listening to you speak because when you speak, your level of wisdom encompasses every aspect, not just basketball. So you already mentioned a couple of people that are making basketball to try, not just in Naija, but the whole of Nigeria. With what Moscow is doing. Last year, we were running monthly tournaments in both states, over 20 states, in the courts. Yeah, so what is the current state of basketball in terms of grassroots and players who may not be able to make it abroad, and then what is the future looking like?
Okay. This is a very good question because I want to also say that, or use media to tell Naija University, thank you for what they have done for years. Why many people they graduated exactly. So, Wagonada has started on interested. They took something else from the Kilali, took like 2 from it, 10. Most of the universities now are imbibing the culture of basketball.
I was really looking forward to this stage. What Naija started, was it 4 or 5 years ago? For other universities to adopt this system because it's something, it makes it easier for student athletes to try. I mean, it's beautiful. So I'm happy that other schools are beginning to.
The problem is why I was digressing to administration. I'm still talking basketball. Let me tell you the problem. There's a difference between pure water and bottled water.
Yes.
One is the product, and the other one is the brand.
Basketball has to become a brand so you can sell it.
Yes.
Is this telling you?
Not yet. Not yet.
The only thing we have is the interest of the people. Overwhelming administration, and it looks as if everything is all right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about grassroots program. There is an ill that is befalling us now. And the ill is every academy that is put up is about sending guys to the US, sending people out. It's okay. It's frustration. You understand? Because if I tell you what I go through as a coach, you won't believe. What you have to burn.
Yeah.
Apart from teaching the game, if you make money from the gym, you run gym back. You understand? That is the problem we have now. That's why it's not looking and see there's no program. It's not harassed. If we have a program tomorrow like the AAU and they say every academy from April to August is a championship, all academies meet in Lagos or do a zonal qualifies, then meet in Abuja or Lagos for the finals. Now you will see that I see great players every day, and we churn out players every day. But the unfortunate thing is, there are slave masters who come and throw $200-300 at you, and they carry these kids, and then the kids are gone. We were clapping yesterday. Morijan made it 2-0. So I asked, who is getting the benefit for this guy that grew up with Australia? Nobody. Somebody out there now is an agent. He's milking. They will give you $50 million or $100 million, and you think that is it. They are taking the better part of it. They are the ones who signed the deal.
Yeah.
And most of these kids just sign because there's no guidance. No follow-up. Once they leave Nigeria, you don't have a hold on them.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not trying to be a saint, but I'm telling you, when it comes to my kids leaving Nigeria, I don't put money first. That's why if you go and you come, I hear sometimes from them, Emeka came back, he's a US Marine, he built a court in Dusi. In December, did this championship. I just heard the cake. I was happy that, another one. Yeah, you understand. Do you get? One has been coming to do camps here. He hasn't called me. But this January, he felt the need to look for me, came to apologize, and he gave me a brown envelope that I checked. Yes, you understand. That's blessing.
Yes, it's
The blessing of the Lord on the little that you have will go a long way. That you going to sell people's children. We have that problem. He called me virtually every day telling me one coach here has collected this one has collected that. You understand? The game revolving around Nigeria here, you make a lot of money for it. We are giving birth to tall kids every day.
Yeah.
Just have a standard. Have a fee that you collect for training kids. It's not in the US. It's not cheap. Nowhere.
Yeah.
We're planning to go to Serbia now for 6 months. But this morning I told them 6 months. Nobody will leave his house in Nigeria for 6 months. They should cut it down to 3 months. I cut him down to 3 months. Every coach is supposed to pay $3,000 outside ticket, outside flight ticket, because they're supposed to meet the best coaches in Serbia. Just what the Chinese men did is what I want to replicate. Now, where would the coach get that money for? The Chinese people are paying for their coaches to go and milk those Europeans, get the knowledge and experience, and then go back and build.
And then it's easy for them to, transfer what they have learned from those people to
Their kids.
the rest of the coaches are kids.
Yeah.
They've been
Now, for you to come and be speaking one language that they won't understand, it's tough. You understand? So, you see, the grassroots program is, I will give us kudos for that. Because if not for the coaches that refuse to give up doing this same wishy-washy, rockabye, baby, today you're awesome, but then prosperity, next tomorrow you're down, you think you're up, you keep moving, no steady flow, but it's still yielding dividend. Their budgets, the success from Wari, other people that were under academics. I mean, not fail to mention in Abuja, kudos to TNT, the Titans, Wise just spring up and do say Echo Fitness, KOK, it's so lovely. That's where I think we're contesting with Lagos now. Yeah, with programs and academies. We're really contesting with Lagos. You could count academies. But in Abuja, as I'm talking to you right now, even in area 10, my assistant coach is already doing his own by the side. You understand? He's already doing it. Penny is there.
Yeah.
Doing his own. It's the same area 10. Likewise,
It's like a stadium of street campaigns, TNC.
You understand? So there is a pool of talent. But the problem is, how do we harness them? Yes. Because out of these kids, it's still like the NBA. Out of 10,000, maybe only 10 will make it playing basketball. How many kids left Abuja to the US with basketball scholarship? Most of them are coach. No basketball, I hope. So you understand? But they found it to become good citizens, to our generation. They're not a problem to the society.
Yes, that's enough. Like, personal, that they can try, and maintain a good reputation.
Yes. We forget this issue. They say that exercise profited little. But you forget also that it is the little foxes that spoils the vine. Misuse of leisure time. It's not idleness anymore.
Yes.
Kids are not idle anymore. You leave them with the screen and the telephone at home. You don't know what is going on. Somebody else is training them. Yeah.
Consciously or unconsciously.
Yeah. But you see, if your kids come out to exercise, they kill the flesh. And the only problem a man has, or any human has, is his flesh. True. Exercise kills the flesh.
All right, coach. Time is our friend right now. And, I'll definitely bring you on again, because I still like you to come and maybe talk about, because a lot of kids want to play and go to the US, but they don't know what it takes. So based on the fact that you have been able to, a lot of kids have been able to travel to the US and different parts of the world through you. I think it would be nice to have you on another episode and then break it down. What does it take? And what's the process like?
Pleasure.
So looking forward to have you again on the Bounce very soon. So,
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Bounce. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned something and looking forward to see Coach Shima again. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube page, Good TV, and follow us on Instagram, The Bounce with OG, so that you can get to see frequent updates as we post. Thank you so much, and don't forget to leave a comment. Let us know who you'd like to see or what you'd like us to talk about on the next episode. Cheers.